Who's your favorite comedic duo?
Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
Who's your favorite comedic duo in the movie? Bob Odenkirk and David Cross. Yeah, that was an easy one though.
You know, probably Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey.
The Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
the Dumb and Dumber.
I mean, I'm not going to speak of the sequel, even though this is Sequilibrium, but that first one still holds up. It's still fucking hilarious.
When you think of all the comedic duos out there, Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau.
Okay, you're kind of talking about ongoing ones, then, huh?
Or just in general, I guess you could say.
Okay,
but Lloyd and Harry. over Oscar and Felix.
I mean, it was great.
I mean, you've seen The Odd Couple, right?
Yeah.
You've seen The Odd Couple.
Yeah, duos.
I mean, there's so many duos, really, that didn't have like tons of fucking, you know, like a big franchise or like, you know, Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau working with each other throughout the ages. But like, I mean, Cop Out, Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis.
Right. Well, and see, I think that's one of the things. It's because it's one of the first things that popped into my mind. Like I almost have to go with it. It's like a Rorschach test. You know, they're not going to give you another chance.
That's so true. That's so true.
You sure you don't see something else?
I mean, this is going to be documented forever that your first comedic duo isn't Abbott and Costello. It's fucking Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. What does that say about you?
Okay, but what
I don't know. We're going to have to take this to
Here's the thing, though.
Sociologist.
Okay, well, let's go back to you.
Yeah.
A comedic duo that only ever had one or two interactions on screen together.
I'm gonna say not just because I just said it, but because I really enjoy this movie, and it's Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis in Cop Out, that Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, you heard about all the drama with that movie, right?
I did, which makes it a little bit more like I don't want to like it as much because of it. Like, wasn't Bruce Willis like an asshole?
Right.
Like the whole time.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he was having so much fun making that movie. Like, it really was a really funny fucking movie. And not because it had all these Fletch elements to it. Even the end music was Fletch is working overtime, which is one of my favorite fucking movies. Huh. And that helps make it like the one that I would choose. Now, I grew up with Abbott and Costello, and I grew up with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. My mom loved Odd Couple, like the old show, which meant, you know, the movie was a part of like my life growing up, you know, and also being referenced that I'm like Oscar and I'm such a mess. And Abbott and Costello, my mom loved them too, so I watched a lot of those movies growing up. But yeah, the first one I would choose is that movie. They were just so fucking funny together.
Yeah.
So funny. And like, it's just, like I said, so upsetting to think that Bruce Willis was such an asshole.
Yeah, I wish I could think of more right off the top of my head. I'm getting ready to Google comedy duos.
I would say Martin Lawrence and Will
Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
Sure.
I almost said Martin Short.
Yeah. The third one's great. That Bad Boys for Life.
All the fucking Bad Boy movies were great.
Yeah.
They were so fucking action Michael Bay bullshit.
Did you ever watch Bulletproof with Adam Sandler
and Damon Wayans?
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Yeah. I thought Damon Wayans' performance in that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering the script and what they were doing.
Totally. I feel like there's a TV show or a sequel to that movie that's supposed to be coming out.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Something where it's coming back. I feel, because one time I was looking it up and I wanted, because the whole like Disneyland thing that was like in everyone's vocabulary in fucking high school.
Now, what's the best Damon Wayans movie? There's only one answer to this, and let's see if you get it.
Blank Man.
No, but I fucking love Blank Man. It's such a great, cheesy movie.
I have it on VHS. It's
Do
fucking
you really?
dope. Yeah. J5, what's happening to me?
Blank Man 2, that's what we need.
I know, right? Like, I feel like Blank Man should have been a continuous franchise.
No, the best movie he's ever been in is Requiem for a Dream.
No, that wasn't Damon Wayans.
Who was that?
It was Marlon Wayans.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's one of the Wayans.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, here it is. Bulletproof 2, set 25 years later. And it's two people who look nothing like Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans.
So Damon Wayans, what about Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood?
Oh, that was Marlon Wayans and the other dude.
Wasn't Damon?
No, it wasn't Damon Wayans. No, this was like when they passed the torch on to Marlon.
Wow.
Because Damon Wayans had he was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Okay, I don't know if I ever saw that.
Shit, dude, Damon Wayans was in Beverly Hills Cop. He was the guy handing Axel the fruit, and then he's all like, "Don't tell anybody," and he like gives him all those bananas.
Right.
Yeah. I'm looking up "Don't Be a Menace" because I forgot that other brother's name.
And he was on In Living Color.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He was Homie the Clown. He was Handyman.
I never really watched that either.
That was speaking of sketch shows, that was one of my favorite sketch shows growing up.
Really?
And what I really liked about Don't Be a Menace, what I really liked about In Living Color, I mean, it's almost like Carol Burnett's show was what got me into variety shows when I was very young. And then when I became a little bit more aware, there was In Living Color. And then there was All That, which was, I used to compare to people all the time, that it's like In Living Color, but for kids.
Yeah, okay.
Like it totally was like, but the sketch comedies were really like the sketches were really smart. Sean Wayans, that's the other Wayans brother that was in Don't Be a Menace.
One of them a stand-up comedian.
They both are.
I mean, currently.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah. Very funny family.
Still
I
touring?
love all the Wayans brothers.
Still performing?
Wayne's sister.
All of them?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't think like the older. I don't think Keenan Ivory is. I don't think Damon is. Oh, Keenan Ivory Wayans. Did you ever see Glimmer Man comedic duo? Keenan Ivory Wayans and Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal played the Glimmer Man.
So we talked about it a little bit earlier. Do you think the best sketch comedy show of all time is Mr. Show, like I do?
I think it's in its different category. I would say it's in the top 5. But yeah, I would put it up there. Maybe my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really haven't seen all of them, and I don't know.
Oh, have you not?
And I don't know them all that well enough. But there are my favorite ones. They are my favorite comics that were in that show. Mm-hmm. Sarah Silverman, Patton Oswalt, Paul F. Tompkins,
so many.
Brian Posehn. She said shit about Jay Johnson being at the fucking January 6th shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what happened on January 6th last year at the Capitol, the insurrection?
Oh, yeah.
One of the cast members of Mr. Show was there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was did you ever watch the Sarah Silverman program?
I watched a few.
He was the cop that dated her sister.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you find the sequel at all that we could be doing right now?
No.
Out of anything we talked about?
No. You should explain this to the listeners.
Chad and I aren't deciding what we're going to do beforehand. We're going to be deciding what we're going to do on the cuff based off of the conversation that we just had. And I found the one that I think we should do.
Did you?
Bulletproof 2.
Bulletproof. I didn't even know they came out with the Bulletproof.
I showed you. I held up my phone and I showed you how they look different.
That's so funny.
How it's two different people.
Oh, I thought you were looking up the first and they just had
no,
photos of them older.
Search it right now while you're on there. One of the dude who's playing the Adam Sandler character is Sewage Guy from Parks and Recreation. I forgot what his name is.
Bulletproof 2.
Doesn't want to search for you.
Bulletproof 2.
You're not going to tell me who my dad is. There it is right there, dude.
Oh, shit.
And it's on fucking Netflix.
Well, I guess we have to.
Now we got to watch Bulletproof 2. Now, I'm really stoked on these two guys because they're very funny. That's all I have to say about that. That's the dude who was running the Christmas show at Elf. The one who's like, "There's no singing in the North Pole."
Oh no shit!
That's
he was funny.
And then the Adam Sandler character is like I said, all I really know him from is the sewage guy who from Parks and Recreation.
See, why would they call this Bulletproof 2? Why wouldn't they just have remade Bulletproof? Is my question.
Why wouldn't they just call it Bulletproof 2? And use
Electric
2 new
Boogaloo?
people. Yeah, exactly. Like they call it Bulletproof 2, have it be the same premise as Bulletproof 1, but new people. Just like you see all those dumb movies that star the lesser than Baldwins. You know, it's like that's not, you know, he's not playing that same fucking character. No. It's just just a cheap bullshit. Right. And look, this is how good it is. Oh, I thought it said it was not rated. You know, the movie's gonna suck when it's not rated.
Not necessarily.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think Antichrist was rated.
Well, no, that's the difference. There's not rated, and then there's unrated.
Yeah,
and not rated are generally like the made for TV, straight to DVD bullshit.
Even so, I feel like that's what they classified it as not rated.
I've never seen it. I've heard about it. I really want to see it.
It's good. Willem
Dafoe's penis is in it.
Yeah,
it makes an appearance. Just never seen it.
I don't even remember that part. Maybe blocked it out. Might have been a traumatic viewing experience.
Ruining the Green Goblin for you because there's his Green Goblin. All right, we're gonna watch Bulletproof 2.
Woo!
Well, that felt like a lifetime. There's only a few moments for the listeners, but for us, it just felt like it went on and on and on and on forever.
I don't know if it's a flash drive, a hard drive, or a 4-wheel drive.
Oh my God.
That was the best part of the whole movie.
The part where they're trying to, when he's like, "I ain't getting no flash drive. If it's a flash drive, I don't want to get it." It's like he's been put under that situation so many times where he's had to retrieve a flash drive to stop something terrible. It was like that. It's like that joke that we see in all these 90s meme page where it's like, why is it always a flash drive to save the world or something like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like when they were writing this, they took that classic joke and then just kind of like added it into this movie, and then the flash drive, hard drive, 4-wheel drive, just made it funnier. And that was it for this movie. It was an hour and 37 minutes long to get to one laugh out loud moment.
Right.
That didn't have to do with how bad the movie itself was. It was just an actual solid joke.
Now, there were a couple. I'd say there were three moments in the film where they said something.
Name them.
Well, I mean, that one for sure. You and I were both, holding our sides.
Was it the constant joke of being fucked in the ass?
Or a bullet in the head?
Or a bullet in the head?
I hated this movie.
It was a terrible movie. It was so bad. So Bulletproof 2 is basically the first Bulletproof movie starring Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler.
Which was great.
I haven't seen it since 1996. This movie is 24-year gap before the sequel.
I'd give that movie a solid 7 for what it is.
Bulletproof?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really remember it to give it anything. I mean, 1996, I know that formula. I grew up in that era. So, yeah, the movie may have sucked, but it's a 7.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't remember the jokes. I don't really remember a lot of the premise. It wasn't as if they were trying to remind us in Bulletproof 2 of what happened in Bulletproof 1, except for and for the reference to when Adam Sandler was singing.
Well, and the bullet in his head.
Whitney Houston in the shower. Yeah, the bullet in his head.
It's like, I thought in the first one, that wasn't even an issue. It's not like he came back, did physical therapy, and was like, I still have part of a bullet in my head.
Well, Like I said, I haven't seen it in so long. I don't even remember the fucking jokes. I mean, Bulletproof is something you watch in the hotel while your significant other is getting ready, and you're like, "Are you done yet? I want to go. I'm tired of watching this movie."
The free sleep-in movies.
Yeah, the only time you watched Bulletproof was then, when it was on TBS late at night, and you just got home from a show, and it's 1 a.m, and you're just fucking zoning out watching it, trying to justify staying up late.
I bet I've watched it within the last 3 years.
I definitely. So it's been 25 years now. 26 years since the movie's released, and I haven't seen it in probably 25.
Wow.
Yeah. Because again, it's not one of those movies that I'm just like, oh, it was so great. I mean, the things that stuck with me was the want to go to Disneyland, that whole thing in the beginning, and the I will always love you at the end, and like the constantly slapping him upside the head kind of thing. Like, but as far as the story goes, I don't fucking know, like I couldn't tell you. And then Bulletproof 2, so basically it was that first movie was a movie made of these guys. So it was, we don't have the budget to get Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler, but we got it. We do have a budget, but we want to shoot in this exotic area that's going to eat up our budget. Let's just get these fucking Happy Meal actors, and then we'll create a story around it to justify how they look nothing like the originals.
Yeah.
I mean, just do a new fucking story.
Yeah.
Like the whole Bulletproof story was Damon Wayans was undercover with Adam Sandler, who was a bad guy. James Caan was in it, by the way, which I remembered looking it up. Adam Sandler worked for him. So, I mean, right there, you already have a really good actor. I mean, you get a guy from Godfather in your movie. Who gives a shit how bad your movie is? And so... what was I saying? Yeah, so Damon Wayans was undercover being a bad guy with Adam Sandler. He found out he's really a cop. You betrayed me. I thought we were brothers. Blah blah blah. And then they had to work together, and like that was the story. So you could have done a Bulletproof 2 with the same premise. This guy's undercover with this guy, and blah blah blah. But these two had no fucking chemistry.
No.
They didn't bounce jokes off each other that were funny, not like Adam Sandler, not like Damon Wayans did with each other. And so I just did not fucking give a shit. I mean, it was just like they were yelling at the TV for the sake of yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nudity in it.
Which
we don't understand why it says PG-13 and they say fuck, motherfuck, cockballs, pussy cunt. Every George Carlin 7 words you can't say on TV, they said on TV.
Nice reference. I like that.
And then there was boobs on top of it. And,
which is why it gets a 2.
Yeah, I mean, then really, for the sake of the fact that there was unnecessary nudity in the movie, that's the only way they could have drawn an audience, was to have, hey, is there boobs on that? And then the next you're just waiting to the next scene of when there were boobs. I mean, the first 15 minutes, no boobs, but you were waiting to the part where there were boobs because in the little Netflix rating, it said nudity. So the whole time you're like, is it this dude's butt or are we going to see some boobies? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't fucking good whatsoever.
The editing.
I mean, the editing. Oh, my God. Like you said, every shot's great. We got to use it in every scene. So they did comic book paneling. It was like someone just got this new software, like you said, and they're just like, let me try it out.
Introduced every character with its own title screen.
Like it was Kill Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fucking Quentin Tarantino directed this shit.
Yeah.
So they had to introduce everyone throughout the whole fucking movie. Dude, did you notice that? Obviously, you couldn't have noticed it. They had to stop the fucking movie to show you. And it stops, and then it's all boom, Mad Bill, Special Agent Battle. That was the name of of Jack Carter's boss, Candyman, who like really is looking like he's losing a lot of weight. He's like kind of withering away. But his cleverly chosen name, Special Agent Battle. But yeah, they're all throughout the movie, all the way to the end. More bad cops, good cops.
Yep.
Why don't you edit our shit like that?
Maybe I should.
You should. For this episode.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Introducing Mad Mike. Yeah, there was nothing good about this movie. And I like those two guys.
Yeah.
Separately, they're fucking great.
Yeah.
The guy who played Damon Wayne's character, Jack Carter, was the elf guy. You know, there's no singing in the North Pole. He just does a lot of like character actor stuff, and everything that I've ever seen him in, he's just fucking hilarious and really great. And like the same thing with the Parks and Rec guy, you know, I only seen him in Parks and Rec, and he's fucking hilarious in that.
Right.
But like separate, he was funny in this movie. I think he did the best he could with what he had.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like this movie was like, you know, hey, we'll let you guys go with it. Go with it. It totally was scripted.
Badly.
I mean, what? There could have been end credit bloopers. Where the fuck were those?
It's true.
I mean, that could have saved the movie. That could have gave it a 2.5 because there were end credit bloopers.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so many blooper moments in the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was kind of funny.
I mean, some of the gun battles were exciting, but they still sucked at the same time, you know?
Because you knew what you were watching.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you were watching a gunfight in a strip club, and there were women shooting shotguns topless and busting dudes' heads with bottles and shit. They pull out of fucking holsters.
But the way they cut it.
Was
professional wrestling.
I mean, this movie should have started out with Universal Pictures. This movie may cause seizures. I mean, it was shaky so much. Yeah. Shaky so much.
Were you worried about me?
I mean, I wasn't then, but I'm now, and I'm just like, thank God. All these flashing lights and fast moving pictures didn't end this episode being done in a hospital. But you're all about it, so you would have woken up and you're like, Joe must go on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So check this out.
You wrote something.
I was thinking while we were watching it, this might be the worst movie we've done. So I had the idea. I've got the list of the movies we've done.
Okay.
And we're going to go through and, you know, if it's obvious, we'll just say, you know, better, worse.
Better, worse, better, worse. Okay. I mean, I'm already fucking sold, but let's do it.
Let's do it. A Quiet Place 2.
Oh, that one we did that we never released. I had fun with it. I should go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the movie itself compared to Bulletproof 2?
Yeah.
Quiet Place 2 is fucking great.
Better.
Way better. It was no Weekend at Bernie's 2, but it was still better.
Yeah. Aliens.
Oh, fucking great, dude. What the fuck? You don't even contemplate if Bulletproof 2 and Aliens are at the same theater playing at the same time, and you're like, well, I like buddy cop action movies. But I saw Alien, and Alien was fucking rad. You're not going to choose. You're going to go to Aliens.
Army of Darkness.
Oh, great. Way fucking better
Obviously
than Bulletproof
better.
2. Way better.
Back to the Future 2.
Way fucking better.
Batman Returns.
Way fucking better.
Child's Play 2.
Way fucking better.
Okay, here's where we stop.
I know what comes next.
Grease 2.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go with Bulletproof 2.
I'm going with Grease 2.
I'm going with Bulletproof 2. Bulletproof 2 is way better than Grease 2.
Grease 2. Okay,
way better.
Moving on. We disagree. Kill Bill 2.
Kill Bill.
Better.
Yeah.
Leprechaun 2.
Better.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Way
better.
fucking better.
Okay.
And it was also involved with South Africans.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, this one we might have to stop at.
Uh-huh.
Look Who's Talking 2.
Way better. Hindsight, after finally watching it again, I'm going to go Bulletproof 2 on this one also.
I feel like they're the same, but just to mix it up. I mean,
to choose one, though, because they're the same, to choose one, I would choose Bulletproof 2.
I'm still going with Look Who's Talking 2.
Yeah. You're just
because
really,
at least then you get to see John Travolta,
and you're really partial to that scene that he was dancing with the children.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Way fucking better. Hands down, way better.
Yeah.
Even though it's a bad movie, it's way fucking better than this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2. Secret of the Ooze.
Bulletproof 2. I choose Bulletproof 2.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
By a mile.
For me. Still.
I mean, the only reason why is because it's Ninja Turtles.
You would rather watch Bulletproof 2 than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2.
Yeah, because the questions I have for Bulletproof 2 don't really need answering, but the questions I have for Turtles 2 need to be answered. Like, why aren't you using your weapons?
I can't believe you right now. I'm shocked.
Why? How did you learn that synchronized dance on the cup? Improv doesn't work like that. I get why all this shit happens. I mean, I don't understand how a Mexican cartel is involved with a South African syndicate of what? I don't know.
Gift cards.
Yeah,
that
like
we
what
got to get money from.
Where did they get $650 million from? What did they do?
Okay, God damn it. Predator 2.
Way fucking better.
Puppet Master 2. Better. I'm going with better.
You know.
Oh my God, Mike.
Puppet Master 2.
Get the fuck out of here.
Puppet Master 2 because I was just thinking about it too.
You get to see those puppets.
The puppets, yeah. The puppets are what sell the movie.
That's what makes it better.
The puppets and cattle brains.
Could be just 2 hours of the puppets in a fucking glass cage.
I mean,
better than this movie.
Way fucking better. Like if it was at a museum and you were watching security footage of people looking at the puppets and it was called Puppet Master 11 Free Weekends, it'd be fucking awesome,
right? Compared
to Bulletproof 2.
So this one, I might go Bulletproof 2 on this one.
Silent Night, Silent Night 2. It's garbage day.
But I still don't know. What about you?
I would go Bulletproof 2 over it. Yeah.
Oh man, sure. You enjoyed this way better than I did.
I mean, I think they took liberties with the blood from gunshot wounds a little too extreme, and I love that. I think the violence was just like obnoxious on purpose, and it was awesome.
I think whatever I gave Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, I don't remember, but this, okay, I'm going to put this about a half a point ahead of that.
Okay.
I'll go with Bulletproof 2 on this one. It kills me because I hated this movie so fucking much.
Oh my God, I had to pause it 3 times just to see how far we were. And at one point we had an hour left, and I'm like, why? So much has happened, but nothing has happened.
Right. Teen Wolf 2. Better.
Teen Wolf 2 for sure.
Better.
Way better.
It's not good.
It's not good by any means. But given the choice between that fucking awkward dance with that girl and then the awkward sex scene with Jack Carter in Bulletproof 2, I would go the awkward dance scene.
So you'll have to release this one before the current episode. But the Santa Claus 2, which actually turned into
Weekend at Bernie's 2.
But let's say the Santa Claus 2. Better.
Yeah, better.
I haven't seen it in forever, but better.
No, I watched it a few years ago.
Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Fuck, dude, top-notch film. I mean,
better.
Everything made sense in that movie. As far as, I mean, you know, Dancing Corpse doesn't make sense whatsoever. But as to why they were doing it and why he was dancing versus walking was explained.
Yeah.
None of this fucking shit in this movie was explained.
Not really. And if it were, by that time, you were just so zoned out.
I mean, it's almost as if
it's
almost as if I weren't paying attention, but that's why I have subtitles on to stop me from not paying attention.
Yeah. And Weekend at Bernie's 2, we mentioned it earlier, has a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't get it.
Whereas Bulletproof 2 has a 21%.
How? I mean, obviously, age difference of people voting.
Right.
You know, but like, granted, we're putting these two up together. Now, let's hope the people who gave this movie a 20% would go towards Weekend at Bernie's 2 if they were faced with that option. And I hope you people do the same with the rest of your life. Given that option, always choose Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Toy Story 2.
Oh, that's fucking great, dude. Get out of here.
I know.
Get out of here.
Young Guns 2, same.
Yeah.
I mean, not great.
Not great, but like way better.
Way better. All right, so the only one that I had above it was, or the only one, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. And then you had
Grease 2.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
And was that
the first one all
and
over
look
again.
Who's talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready for Bulletproof 2 IMDb 10-star ratings?
Do it.
Now, there's only 2, and I'm going to read them both because luckily they're very short. This movie is a 3.6 out of 10. 593 people had given it stars.
Okay.
So, like, either it hadn't been seen or it had only been seen by the people they shared it to the people they're close with. But, like, okay, so here it is. Yes! This is January 6th, 2020. This is the day after this guy took the Capitol. Because listen to what he says. Finally, a movie for guys. It's politically incorrect and funny as hell. If you could take a joke and give one back, then tune in. This is vulgar, in-your-face, funny as hell buddy comedy. The 2 guys were funny, the girls were great and super hot, and the action was hitting hard. Fun.
Wow.
Yeah. The movie, the jokes. I don't see the political incorrectness other than the fact that they were like constantly. They weren't doing anything that was like politically incorrect. They even mentioned like LGBTQ stuff. Mm-hmm. There's just a whole lot of talk about sucking balls.
I quite honestly see nothing redeeming about this movie.
Not at all. And like finally a movie for guys. Why? You know,
there's titties.
Yeah, because there's titties
and guns.
And guns, yeah, titties and
in
guns.
America.
And off-brand booze named Scotch. The next one is the Jack and Archie show is back and badder than ever. Come on, this movie is smack you in the face funny. I loved it. Not for the woke out there, but if you can laugh and have a good time, this is for you. Keep them coming. Written the same day. One's by Boots777 and the other is Eli Ellis is back. Yeah, that's why I'm only going to read the 1 stars.
That's it.
Or the 10 stars because, I mean, a 1 star, I guess okay. All right, I'll look. Absolute garbage. A terrible, terrible film. Awful acting and stupid plot. A complete waste of time. I mean, if you're not watching this movie for research purposes for a podcast, then why the fuck are you watching this movie?
You shouldn't be.
No, God, no, not at all. And do me a favor, don't even watch the first Bulletproof.
Based on the first Bulletproof, if I was home alone and, smoking some weed and I turned on the TV and I saw Bulletproof 2, I'd say, oh, I didn't know they made a sequel to Bulletproof 2. Who are these guys? Push play. And it's one of those movies that I might even be able to clean to and then forget about and then change once I realized it was still on. And that's a bad movie.
Is this shit still on? No, you're like you're feather dusting and you look over and you're like,
yeah.
Are those boobs?
Right.
And then you sit down for a minute and then you're just like,
oh yeah, Bulletproof 2.
This movie's fucking stupid. No, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when it came out, after seeing the picture, when I looked it up, I do remember when I first picked it up and I was like, huh. It's those guys. Like, it doesn't tell you anything about, like, the first Bulletproof was a movie based on these 2 guys, or like anything that gives you an idea of really how bad this movie's going to be. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what you took when you were like 24 fucking years, Chad, the difference. Why was this stewing in someone's fucking brain for 24 years? They watched Bulletproof over the weekend with their dad. And they're like, someday I'm going to make the sequel to this movie. Yeah. And meanwhile, no one is fucking thinking twice about a Bulletproof 2. But this guy, Don Michael Murray, right? I'm going to look his name up because it was on there. Don Michael Paul spends his whole life just thinking about Bulletproof 2, and every year it just goes by and everyone loses interest, but he hasn't lost interest. He still has his Angel Fire fan page for Bulletproof that he did for his senior project.
Well, let's be honest, it was probably 6 months before Bulletproof 2 that some guy in the office was going through papers and thought, hey, Bulletproof was pretty big on home release back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And then they just shit something out.
Now, let me tell you what this guy has written. We're going to start at the beginning because it's really funny. Did you ever see Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man?
No.
With fucking Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke?
No.
I used to seriously fucking think it was Sam Elliott and Bruce Willis when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. He wrote a Silk Stockings episode. You remember that fucking bullshit show?
Nope.
That late night TV show that was like a TNA show. Oh my god, dude, that was it was like a man and a woman. They're like detectives or some shit. You know, it's supposed to be like a sexy Law and Order.
Was it Cinemax?
USA, dude.
Oh
yeah, fucking up all night. He wrote Half Past Dead 2. Or he wrote Half Past Dead, starring our hero Steven Seagal. Mm-hmm. He wrote Half Past Dead 2. He wrote Who's Your Caddy? He wrote Death Race 4, Jarhead, Law of Return, Bulletproof 2, Tremors, Shrieker Island. So basically, looking at that, he did what was that sequel? Jarhead. Jarhead was like a popular movie, right? With fucking Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I think so.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Right. So he took like this really popular movie and then just made this straight to DVD sequel, and they did the same thing with Bulletproof too. Yeah. But I forgot to mention that was stuff that he's written, stuff that he directed. Are you ready for this? Yep. Kindergarten Cop 2.
Oh.
So I hope you know that means we're watching fucking Kindergarten Cop 2.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean,
it's gonna be really bad.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be terrible. Dolph Lundgren and who's the principal? Bill Bellamy, an old VJ.
Ooh, Bill Bellamy.
Yeah,
that makes me excited.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing it come out, reading the back. You know, obviously, curiosity killed the cat.
I'd be more excited if it was Kurt Loder, though.
Kurt Loder?
Wasn't that his name?
Instead of Dolph Lundgren, it's Kurt Loder.
No, the other guy.
Why would you kids settle down? I got news for you. This just in.
Who did we mention? Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy,
That's right.
Yeah. Do you know Kennedy is like a libertarian? She's like a Fox News person. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Fuck Bulletproof too.
Agreed.
Well, Chad, you got anything else you want to say about this shit?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
Kindergarten Cop 2 next week?
I mean, we might as well. Don't watch the first one. I'm a fireman.
You and I will talk about it.
People.
You and I will talk about it.
Dude, I love Kindergarten Cop 2. It's awesome. It's fucking great.
All right.
Instagram, Sequilibrium_.
YouTube.
Spotify, 5 stars.
Everywhere.
Follows, listens.
Share.
Yeah, share the shit out of this. Likes, all that fucking stuff. I mean, we just saved you from watching Bulletproof 2. You're welcome.
Some of these people still will.
I mean, he might as well. I mean, shit. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Next time.